Hey guys, what's good? Welcome to Zuni Pickups. In today's episode, we will be talking about the Adidas Ace 16 Plus UltraBoosts. One thing to talk about right off the bat before I even start the overview is that this shoe is not the Ace 16 Plus Pure Control UltraBoost. So it's like super confusing. Essentially the names are exactly the same except the presence of the word Pure Control. So the newer A16s, the ones without the Pure Control in the name, are I guess kind of like a downgraded version. No, actually, I don't want to use the word downgraded because that makes it seem like this shoe is inferior. That's definitely not the case. I think the proper word would be down-spec'd version maybe. The Pure Boost version of this shoe has a internal fuse cage in the toe box area under the prime knit obviously, and it gives the shoe a lot more rigidity and support. This shoe, however, does not have that internal cage, thus it's just straight up prime knit. And I mean, honestly, I prefer that. It makes the shoe super comfortable. But anyway, that's kind of like the main difference between this shoe and the Pure Boost Ace 16 Plus UltraBoost. So now that we got that confusion out of the way, let's talk about this shoe, the Ace 16 Plus UltraBoost. So this shoe, I mean, as you can see, it's a very minimalistic shoe. It's based off the Ace 16 Plus soccer cleat, which has this monolithic prime knit upper. The point of that shoe is, as a soccer cleat, you want zero interference between the top of your foot and the ball when you're controlling the ball on the field. Obviously, this version of the shoe, you're not really meant to play soccer in. This is more of a lifestyle version of that shoe, but they retained essentially that same prime knit upper here. So while you might think that this is a really simplistic shoe, just a prime knit booty attached to a UltraBoost midsole, there's actually a little more to it than meets the eye. So let's have a look. So starting off with the upper right here, you can see that the prime knit is actually consisted of three different types of knit. On the top area right here, at the top of your foot, it's kind of like this vertical prime knit, and it has a lot of lateral stretch. So when you put your foot in the shoe, this area stretches a lot, lets you put your foot in and out very easily, and provides a lot of lockdown once your foot is in there. The second portion of this shoe is this kind of like porous knit that pretty much takes up the majority of the shoe. It kind of goes all the way around the medial side, all the way up to the toe box, and all the way around the lateral side. This porous knit is a good middle ground. It's not too stretchy, it's not too rigid. Think of it as your pretty standard prime knit. It has a decent thickness to it, so you know it has a little bit of structure, but not enough thickness to where your foot would start sweating under it and it would become uncomfortable. The last part of the upper is this toe cap area, and it is consisted of a very tight knit. This tight knit offers a lot of structural stability and rigidity and prevents your toe from poking out the front of the shoe when you're wearing it. Also, one thing to be noted is that on the inside of this toe cap area, there is a little bit of reinforcement right here. I can't really show it to you guys. It's like all the way down in the booty, but there is some sort of reinforcement fused along the inside here in this horseshoe shape. Moving along to the lateral side of the shoe, you have the Adidas 3 stripes in this TPU type material that is fused onto the prime knit directly. If you look closely, you can see that there is some little triangular Adidas soccer patterns repeating throughout to give the stripes a little bit of texture to not make them boring. That is definitely a nice little design touch, and that definitely helps break up kind of like what could be a very boring upper here. Moving up to the top of the shoe, we have this sock collar that you can see on pretty much all the NMD PKs. This is a pretty standard Adidas sock collar. It's not too tight, it's not too wide, it fits my ankle perfectly. And on the front and back of the sock collar, you have these pull tabs that are made out of this very premium leather material. As you can see on the front, you see the Adidas soccer logo laser etched onto the leather. And on the back, you see the Adidas Sports Performance logo laser etched onto the leather as well. So little subtle design touches here and there. And I definitely like that they use this leather for the pull tab. If my memory serves me correctly, the Pure Control version of this shoe had nylon pull tabs, so it didn't feel as luxe as these shoes do with the leather pull tabs. Moving on to the heel, you have your classic UltraBoost heel counter made out of molded plastic here. This colorway is black on white, so I have the white heel counters and the white boost with the black prime knit upper. Kind of reminds me of the Hype Beast UltraBoost that came out about 1.5 years ago. I mean, that's kind of like the reason I got this colorway, because it reminded me of that shoe, a shoe that I could not get, by the way. And moving on to the midsole, we pretty much have a very standard UltraBoost midsole, nothing too special going on here. And if we flip the shoe over to the outsole, you can see that you have your classic Continental outsole with a yellow Continental logo. That's kind of different, actually. My Mystery Gray 1.0s have a gray Continental logo, as you can see. So I don't know if this is like a recent thing that they changed, but these have this little pop of color at the bottom of the sole. I really like it, even though no one's probably ever gonna really see that. Finally, if we remove the sock liner from the shoe, you see that there is a Adidas soccer logo on the heel. And one thing to note, the inside of the shoe under the sock liner does not have the exposed boost like all the other UltraBoosts do. So if I compare with my 1.0s, you can see that there's some webbing and exposed boost in there. These just have a fabric overlay inside. Not anything special, but it's something I noticed. So now that we got the looks and features of the shoe out of the way, let's talk about the fit and comfort of this shoe. Honestly, when I first saw the shoe, I was kind of skeptical. I mean, I really like the colorway because, like I said, it looked like the Hype Beast UltraBoost, and I really wanted to give this A16 silhouette a try. But I was skeptical, you know. I didn't know how this would look on foot. I didn't know if it would be comfortable. I didn't know if it would be like a practical silhouette to wear. So I had a lot of question marks, but as soon as I got this and I tried it on, I knew I was keeping them. I like ripped the tags off immediately. This shoe is probably the most comfortable pair of shoes I own, period. And I own a lot of shoes, so that's definitely saying something. I guess the closest contender is obviously the UltraBoosts, and the UltraBoosts are not as comfortable as A16s because they have this this cage here that kind of compresses your midfoot, and I have a wide foot, so anything that doesn't restrict my midfoot I really like. And also the fact that this sock collar up here really locks your foot down for this like really nice cozy fit. There's a bunch of padding right here in the heel area as well to help with the fit, and it just like locks you down. It feels like part of your foot. And on top of that, like, you have the boost midsole going. It is just a fantastic feeling shoe. There's like nothing that can really beat it. On top of that, it's very easy to put on. You literally just put your foot in here, grab the tabs and tug, and boom, your foot's in. When it's time to take the shoes off, just grab the heel, you tug, boom, your shoe's out. Very easy, very practical, very comfortable. I definitely think I will be wearing this shoe a lot, especially on days when I know I'm going to be doing a lot of walking. One limiting factor with this shoe is, I guess, just the futuristic design, the really like avant-garde design really doesn't lend itself to being worn with a ton of everyday outfits. For example, you can't really just like put these on and throw on a pair of jeans and go out. Like, you'd look kind of weird. There's certain pants and outfits that work with a shoe silhouette like this. Obviously, like, tech wear comes to mind. You can wear like narrower black pants, or you could wear those like, you know, acronym type tech wear pants with a bunch of cargo pockets that kind of like taper towards your ankle. So essentially, like, you're kind of limited in what you can wear with this shoe, and that's, I guess, like the biggest downside of this. But apart from that, you know, I'm going to try to incorporate this into as many outfits as possible. I'll throw these on foot, and try to put on some pants that I think look good with this. And I'll also just try to put on some regular jeans so you guys have a reference point. So yeah, I know these are kind of sold out at the moment in this colorway, but the gray version and the white version are just like sitting on Adidas.com. I know $200 for these shoes are pretty steep, but I mean, I think this shoe is definitely a better value than 350 V2s, which are like $220, for instance. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next vid.